Hello, and welcome to Healy Fit with your instructor, Jen. For more, please subscribe, like, or select notifications. Today, I have an interval workout for you that's going to focus on length and strength of your hamstrings. We're going to start no mat, no equipment needed, just with some light knee lifts, hands to the thighs as you lift up to about that hip line. Good. So after a brief workout warm up, we will start into our intervals. A few shoulder rolls to open up along the chest, and let's take those shoulder rolls to open up along the back, curving them forward. Hands onto thighs, flat back on the way down, and then let's round all the way up. So like a standing cat-cow from yoga, slow release down, and then arch all the way back up. This is a great opportunity to check in with the spine, check in with the glutes. And now we'll add our windmill twists. You can bend the knees softly as you reach one hand to the floor, one hand to the sky. And you can also bend the knee that you're twisting away from. So as you turn your back to that knee, soft bend into it. As you reach, feel the stretch along the hamstrings and glutes. Good, you can always slow this one down as well, or any of the moves if you feel like you're seeing stars or you start to feel dizzy. Next move, hand out to the side to balance. We're going to sweep the opposite leg in and out a few times. Awesome, bring it in, switch sides. And let's go for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, bring it back into center, and we'll do some knee swirls, checking in with the hips. Awesome, coming back into center. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, big length from the fingertips to the toes. Exhale those arms down around to the side. We're going to start with a little prep move. Exhale down to the floor. Reach your hands down to the mat. And then slowly arch all the way back up. Good. Now here is a great check-in point. If you start feeling a little bit dizzy on the way up, or again, if you start seeing stars, you are not going to come up all the way. You're going to come up about halfway. God, let's do a few more like that. Checking in with the body, checking in with those hamstrings. Awesome. Let's go right into some soldier kicks. Hand reaches to opposite foot. And we're going to do 2 of each exercise, or 2 rounds of each exercise, with a little break in between. Continue with those soldier kicks, almost there. Awesome, and let's walk it out. Deep breath in. Round 2. Guys, so each kick, try to get just a little bit more length into the hamstrings, of course, without any pain or strain. We want to keep everything nice and light, but still dialing up the intensity. Awesome. Next move is a walkout. So after you are done walking it out, we are going to walk the hands all the way down to the floor and then walk all the way out into a plank. Hold it there for a hot second and then walk all the way back. Again, this is where you can come up halfway or all the way. Good. Brace into the core. That's that halfway point. Hands walk all the way out. Hips drop down towards that shoulder line. So the heels, the hips, and the shoulders are in a straight line as you come into your plank. Great opportunity if you have mirrors available just to check out that plank. You can also come down to your knees at any time. So maybe as you walk it out, drop down to your knees, hold that plank for a second, and then walk back. Awesome. So always keep in mind those modifications, using them whenever you need them to dial it up or dial it down. Almost there. Fantastic. You've got this. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Awesome. Shake it out, walk it out, and then we'll go in for another round of those. So we're aiming for about 10 walkouts and walkbacks. Awesome. Shake those wrists out. Any stretches you need, add them now because we're going into the next round. Awesome. Walking out into that plank and walking all the way back. Now you can add a soft bend into the knees as you come down. But remember, our name of the game is getting some length into those hamstrings. So if you can, keep them nice and long on the way down, unfolding the backs of the knees as best you can so you feel that stretch along the backs of the thighs. You're doing so great. Keep up the hard work. We've got 4 more. And now only 3. Fantastic job. 2 more. And let's go for 1 more. All the way down. All the way back. And stand nice and tall. Shake it out. Add in whatever stretches you need. And then come right back down to the floor. We're going to move into a plank pose after a brief child's pose stretch. So lift up. Bring those knees up from the floor because we're going to bring it into an outer knee lift mountain climber. Good. So we're bringing the knees to the outside of the body into a little tiny side crunch. Good. So knees are moving towards the shoulders or towards the triceps, depending on the height that you're bringing them. Maybe towards the forearms as well. Go ahead, drop down, release back into child's pose before our round 2 of this exercise. Fantastic. Bring it back up into that plank. Lift the knees. Awesome. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You've got this. You've got this. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Hips to heels, arms to front into that child's pose stretch. We are moving into a side plank next. As you bring it down, forearm to the floor, knee to the ground, hand to the hip. We're just going to slide the top leg forward and then slide it back. Good. So kind of pressing it along the floor from the front to the back. A little bit of a squeeze into the glute and hamstring as you pull the leg back. Good, bracing the core. Anytime you need to, you could bring that bottom hip down to the floor, but we came for the challenge today, right? So let's try to keep the hips up if we can. And then you're just bringing the leg forward to that edge where you feel the hamstring stretch, but you don't feel any pain or strain. Good, challenge yourself to hold it up and then release back down. Take that bottom arm up and over, reach. And slowly bring it down for round 2 on this side. Now you can stay with the same exercise, or as you lift the hip, lift the top leg, sweep it forward, and then pull it back. Good, so a little bit of a dialed up intensity here. Trying to keep that top leg lifted, trying to keep the bottom hip up off the floor, trying to press into that bottom shoulder, and trying to keep stability and balance along the trunk. This is where that strong core workout is really coming into play. We are down to our last 2. Sweep forward, sweep forward. Last one, bring it in, release it back, and drop down. Take that bottom arm up and over to stretch into the obliques. And then we're going to flip it over for those same exercises on the other side. Elbow to the mat. Bottom knee bent. Now, if you really wanted to take it up a notch, of course, you could take that bottom leg and extend it out. Coming into a full side plank. But those of you who dial up intensity typically know how and where to do it. So I want to give modifications to those of us that need them today. Go ahead, sweep the leg forward and back. Keep length and strength from crown to hip, and then from hip to knee if those hips are up off the floor. Awesome, bring it down, take that bottom arm up and over. Big stretch along those obliques that were holding us up from the mat. Exhale, release down. Again, that option, lifting the leg. So as you lift the hips, hand to hip, bring the leg up, sweep forward and back. Good, now to help ground yourself, you can look down towards the floor. Keeping the neck in alignment, you can look forward. We've got 5 more. You're in that halfway point. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Take that bottom arm up and over, big stretch along those bottom obliques. And what would a strong core be without some core work? Go ahead, bring it down towards the mat, fingertips to temples or behind the head. We're going to take one leg, extend it all the way out, anchor your abs down and in, and then crunch up towards that extended leg. Go ahead, toes point on the way up, and then flex as you pull the heel to the floor. So you're going to feel the stretch along the hamstring as you crunch up, and you're going to feel a little bit of strength in the hamstring as you pull the leg back down to the floor. Just a few more on this side. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And rest. Round 2, we're going on the same side leg. So hands beside the head or wrapped around the back of the head. Just make sure if you do bring your hands behind your head that you're pushing your head into your hands so you've got length into the front of the neck and strength into the back of the neck. Another option would be to keep the head down if it's straining too much into the neck, but you want to pull your rib cage toward your hips, and then as you lift that leg up and down, you're going to pull the navel back to the spine. So exhale. We've got just a few more. Awesome. Last one. And rest. Let's switch sides. Other leg extends out. Hands behind or beside the head. Pull the belly in and back. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale as you thread ribcage towards hips. Inhale as you release the leg back down. As you exhale, you pull the navel back towards the spine. Brace those abs. Pull the lower back towards the mat. Pull the shoulders towards the hips and lift them up from the mat as you come up. Awesome. Rest. Breathe. One more big inhale and exhale. Bring that leg up. Awesome. You've got this. You're halfway there. Try to lift the shoulders up from the mat just 1 centimeter more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Awesome. Tuck both feet in. We're going to lift both legs up towards the sky here. And we're going to walk the hands up the backs of the legs. Go ahead. So slowly walk the hands up. Look towards the toes, just coming up as high as you feel comfortable going. And then walk the hands back down. Good. Now, every time you bring it up, same cues as before. Navel pulled back to spine. Shoulders pulled down. Length into the neck. You could also do these crunches again with the hands behind the head if you need support for the neck. So keep those options in mind if you need them. Awesome, almost there. And rest. Good. Now the next one, you have the option of taking it up a notch with me or staying in that same exercise we just completed. Legs are going to come up, but we're going to lower them down closer to the floor. You're going to need that leverage to lift you all the way up from your mat into a V sit and then bring it back down towards the floor. Go ahead, slowly walk the hands up the legs, come into that V sit, use it, lift up. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to bring yourself all the way up. Go ahead, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Look towards those toes. As gracefully as you can, lower back down towards the floor. Awesome, awesome. We're almost there. Lift up, take your time. Go at whatever pace is suitable for you. We are in our last 2 exercises of this interval workout, and you are doing so amazing, so amazing. Awesome. Last one here. Last one, last one, last one. Lower the feet to the floor. And then lower the body down for a big stretch from fingertips to toes. Good. From here, we're going to come into our spine stretch. Reach your fingertips towards your toes. Reach all the way out as far as you can, and then slowly lower bone by bone back down to the floor. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, peel yourself up. Reach, 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 reach. Length and strength. Slowly lower all the way back down towards the mat, bone by bone. Good. So I like to think of that lowering down to the floor like I am lowering a tennis bracelet down onto the mat. So your spine is just as precious as a multi-million-dollar diamond bracelet. That is the truth right there. So we are trying to lower it down like we just saw the price tag. Oh, leave it in the safe. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come back up. And release back down. Reach. As we feel the stretch into the core as we come down to the ground, but we keep a little bit of that tension, rib cage towards hips, as we bring the arms overhead. Go ahead, feel that length into the hamstrings as you reach out towards the toes or beyond, and then slowly imprint the spine on the way down. Fantastic job. Hold it here, hold it here. Feel that stretch along the backs of the legs. Breathe along the shoulders. And then let's take it into some stretches. We're going to take one foot in, hands to toes, reach up and over. This is our yoga gate pose. Inhale, lift up, switch sides, one foot to inner thigh, other leg nice and long as we reach up and over towards it. Inhale, bring it back up and into center. Let's lengthen from our arms down to our hips. Exhale, reach those arms around to the front. We made it, y'all. We made it. Such an amazing workout with you today. I hope you're feeling a little bit warmer than when you arrived. Open up along the chest and you're feeling good, like you had an amazing productive workout, because you did. So you deserve that big old hug. Thank you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe.